Yo, it's me, it's DSCOTT, and welcome back to the Exploring the Zack Snyder review series, and now we are looking at Sucker Punch. I do want to apologize for no video yesterday, which would be a Thursday, because, thanks. I did not have a very good day at work yesterday, and I was too tired to do anything after I got home, so, but today we're looking at Sucker Punch. A movie that is the first original concept film for Zack Snyder. It was all his original concept. He didn't take it from something else. It was his original concept. And oh boy. Now, the story revolves around a girl played by Emily Browning who is taken to a mental institution after her father kills her sister. Her stepfather kills her sister. He says that it was her who accidentally killed her sister and sends her into the thing and to the asylum, and also pays the orderly Blue, played by Oscar Isaac, to have her lobotomized so that she can't tell the truth. So, and while she's in this asylum, she starts to hallucinate that she's in a brothel, and that further hallucinates her to going on missions with other women to fight bad guys and monsters and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, so my positives first and foremost, as have been during this review series, the visuals. Zack Snyder does a great job with the visuals, and in this film, he combines that with the music of the film. The music and the visuals together really work, and it's really, you want something with good visuals, with good music going along with it, watch this movie. Especially like the sequences where they go on missions, is great. The acting all around is pretty good. You got pretty good actors. You got Oscar Isaac, Carla Gugino, Emily Browning, Vanessa Hudgens, Abby Cornish, Jenna Malone, Scott Glenn is in here. He was in another review I did for Backdraft. He was the bad guy in that one. And yeah, it's good acting all around and great performances from these actors, especially like Jenna Malone and Emily Browning, and Abby Cornish. They had this thing like Jenna Malone and Abby Cornish play sisters, so that kind of connection, and this arguing and stuff. The scenes between them are actually pretty good, and the scenes with the girls are pretty good all around, and that's about it for the positives, because the rest is negatives. Now, like I said, the story revolves around the stepfather killing the sister, and then saying that so she doesn't rat on him. He sends her to the asylum and saying that she accidentally did it, and then pays off the orderly to have her lobotomized. And this whole, and so she has this fantasy. And it would be cool if you were going back and forth, seeing while she's in the fantasy what's actually going on. But we don't. We only see the fantasized stuff. Also, if you're going to have a fantasy, why would you fantasize yourself in a brothel? I understand you got to fantasize yourself where you're held captive. But a brothel? And this is PG-13, so they don't go into the illegal sex slave part of it. Only just like lap dancing and stuff. And even that doesn't get that far because it's PG-13. This is rated R. I think it would be a little more risque with what it's doing, but it's PG-13, so there's not much. And then she fantasizes that she's going on missions with these girls to fight creatures and stuff. And that part's actually pretty cool. I like that part. But it's just, that seems more like what you would fantasize doing instead of a brothel. And the ending has me kind of stumped. because you think this whole movie is leading towards all the girls getting, getting out, escaping. And then just before we get a sort of unnecessary climax of sorts. I don't know. They're doing this. They're distracting people with their dancing, or Baby Doll is. She's the main character. She's distracting people with dancing so they can steal stuff from people. Out of nowhere, Blue, Oscar Isaac's character, knows that things are getting stolen, but he can't pinpoint because they won't say which one's which. And I'm just like, there's no way that out of fucking nowhere he would automatically know they're getting stolen. He's getting hypnotized too. He would not know. No one would know because they're all getting hypnotized by the dancing. That's what we're being showed. The dancing hypnotizes people so that they will not see what's going on. And yet, it happens. And yet, they still find out. Likewise, this unnecessary climax happens when out of nowhere, one of the girls, for some odd reason, tells Blue that they did it. And so she gets killed. That's, I think she gets killed. I don't know. Only one person survives. And that's Sweet Pea, which is Abby Cornish's character. She's the only one that really gets out. And I find that to be bullshit. This story is Baby Doll's story. She should be the one that gets out. But she doesn't. And they try to justify it with a bullshit switch ending. They're like, oh, she doesn't get out, but this happens. And it's just like, bullshit. She deserves to get out, and she deserves to be the one to tell the cops what's going on, not the other way around. You get this random girl that no one knows. We've seen throughout the film, but she's not the main character. We don't care about her. If they all got out, that's one thing. She's the only one that gets out. And the bullshit part I'm talking about is that she gets lobotomized. Baby Doll gets lobotomized, and then when Gugino's character finds out her signature was forged, she figures out that it's Blue and has him arrested. And on the way out, he starts yelling about the stepfather, telling him to do it and what the stepfather did. So the stepfather's going to get his comeuppance, but Baby Doll is now lobotomized for the rest of her life. And even before this, Blue was complaining that she was unresponsive. That's what happened when you're lobotomized. You get your brain poked out. You don't do it when you're lobotomized. That's what happens. You forced the signature to do that. So, yeah, that's your fault, pal. And now you're going to go to jail. And now stepdad's going to go to jail. But what she got for it? They cannot now release her. Because if she wasn't lobotomized, they could release her and say, oh, well, she didn't do what they said she did. Because he is now, telling people what happened. So now she can be released. But now that she's lobotomized, she's going to have to stay in there. So there's no upside for our heroine. Other than she got the one girl out. And then she almost gets caught by the cops. And then randomly, the bus driver is the same guy that was sending them on the missions. But wasn't he... Like, everyone they see, that she sees in this fantasy, is someone from the asylum. They even show that going through, that everyone there is connected to another version in her mind. So who is this wise man character? They call him the wise man, the bus driver, whatever. How is he just a random bus driver? He lies to the cops to give them a command there, and he says there's a long road ahead. But who the fuck is he? You think he would be somebody from the asylum. But then the cops would recognize him, right? It's never explained. And then we just go to a random dance number during the credits. It's not a bad movie. I actually really enjoyed this movie, and I was regretting, ever since Watchmen, I'm like, oh, these next ones, before I get to the good ones I've already seen, are going to suck. But this one's actually pretty good. I have already seen this one, but it's been years. Like 2012, when it came out on DVD. That's the last time I watched it. This one's actually pretty good. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I think it's a little bit better than the previous one, the Owl one. but I'm still gonna give it the same rating because it's right up there for that one. I just didn't pay attention enough to the Owl one to really care about that, but I gave it a 6 because at least I liked it better than Watchmen. Excuse me. So, what are your thoughts on Sucker Punch? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one. It's nowhere. It's only up from here. Now, I've seen these other 3. Man of Steel is just going to be sort of a recap type thing because I've already given it a full review. It's going to be kind of a recap thing, and then Batman v Superman is going to be the ultimate cut, which is going to be a little bit different, but might just be more of a recap anyway. But till then, I'll see you.